And we're recording.
So, it's been calm for a day or two after the unfortunate incident of being invited to,
Crime.
yeah, a crime scene that you probably shouldn't have been in the first place.
Yeah, well, they invited us, so that's their issue.
Invited to
Yeah,
crime.
and you learned a good number of things, and debatably some things that you probably shouldn't have learned, and especially about the Knights of the Round, which you thought was a dead faction, a faction that no longer existed because everyone had died out. But after going back to the ship, conversing about who you met, the things you saw, the people who were there, you learned a good number of things that you probably, should have learned in the first place. A commentary about Lady Rochelle being not trustworthy, a comment there about how things are starting to turn up missing, your memories and the things that you know. But aside from the curiosity that is trying to figure out what's going wrong, nothing really crops up. But as the week kind of passes, you get an invitation. It's signed only with the name Persephone, with a sort of flower drawn on it. It says, "Meet me at these coordinates if you feel up to talking." And does anybody put them into Anna's directory?
I mean, it'd be a good idea, yeah.
You can also put them into your phones. Anna's just the one guiding the ship, so.
It would be smart to put where we're going into the ship computer, one would think.
So is that what you do?
Yes.
I guess so. Does that mean we're going to be going straight there?
I will say that is not the only invitation that you receive. While you're looking at the coordinates for the invitation from Persephone, from Perse, you get another invitation. Not so much an invitation as it is sort of a request to talk, and to a sort of tea party almost. And it's signed with a name that you don't recognize. It just says Nick, and is signed with a really fancy calligraphy J. And it just says to meet them at your earliest convenience in Neverland. And as you look at the map for Anna, you realize that they're on opposite sides of the cosmic hemisphere. So you would only be able to travel to one within the next couple of days.
So Neverland, and what was the other option?
You realize as you put the coordinates for the first option into Anna, the ship's computer, it's in Enchanted Dominion. They're on opposite sides of the cosmic hemisphere.
So here and here.
Mm-hmm. You would only be able to make one trip fast. So, because you're basically equidistant from both of them.
What was the other name?
The one that you didn't recognize?
Yeah.
It said Nick, Nick, and it was signed with a calligraphy J.
Okay.
In my opinion, we go to Neverland just because I'm interested in things there. That's my vote.
I mean, I will say, don't forget, we do have the option of splitting the party if we feel like we need to.
We can, yeah.
Again, Aster and Arthur are very commonly known to just go off and do things in a small group, so.
Well, I want Tsubasa to go to Neverland too. He's interested in the mysterious name.
Aster can go with Helia. They need more time with the vibes. So.
Well, I appreciate the idea of splitting the party. I do not want half the group sitting around being sad today because they're not currently participating.
Neverland or Enchanted Dominion. Let me go get my glasses.
Should we have it as a vote then? Because is there a time limit on either one of these things?
Not that you can glean.
We just know that the Neverland one is at our earliest convenience.
And the other one, okay, so Neverland's at our earliest convenience, and Enchanted Dominion is
Gave no time reference, just gave you coordinates.
ominous. I have an idea.
What's that?
We can go as a group to one place, and I can ask Molly if they'd be down to earn a couple $1,000 money. Check something out.
Or, hear me out, we can do one, and then we can go to the other.
I mean, yeah, that is the one that makes the most sense, especially if we don't want to have someone sitting out today.
Okay, let me say this again and listen to the words. We can go check out one, and I can call in a favor, offer somebody I know money to go check out what the meeting coordinates are. Because at this point, I think we're going to the Neverland. And that way, when we go to the coordinates, we'll know what's waiting for us.
I mean, we could also potentially send a message back as well.
I
I didn't
mean,
think of that.
we know one of the people who sent the message, so I'm not terribly worried about Perk setting a trap for us. That's not what she would do.
This is a Yuffie question. Has Aster met Purse?
Not personally.
Was Aster not there at the...
Nope.
No,
He stayed behind.
in the Magic Kingdom when they went to the pool.
When they went to the pool, Aster was there, but he didn't really interact with Persephone.
But he's seen her.
Yeah.
To be fair, it took until the library for him to get caught up on stuff that TB had done. So,
I would
I'm
say
fine.
all of you have the registered awareness that Perse or Persephone is an old friend and a previous classmate of Lance.
I mean, if we're voting, mine's Neverland, so.
Neverland feels like the vibe.
What about you, Helia? Does Neverland also feel like the vibe?
I'm fine with going to check out the thing that one says are... 1 second.
Don't die.
That kills you.
That's why I'm
That's
coughing, so I don't die.
smart.
Restarting the sentence. You know, 1, it says at our earliest convenience, and 2, we don't know who sent it, so...
Good points.
somebody we don't know or rather, somebody we know with no time frame, somebody we don't know at our earliest convenience. At this point, Aster is. I feel like they're in like the kitchen or something. Aster's fully pulled out like the star map and has placed just a little money gem over Neverland. My vote's still to Neverland.
Same.
Find out who it is, how they were able to contact us, why they're contacting us, why Neverland.
I mean, it's not exactly hard to find us, so.
Yeah, but still, of all the people you can contact, us, no offense to us, we're awesome, but there are better options.
I mean, I'm down for Neverland if everyone else is, and also so we don't end up with a tie that we can't break. Because there's only 4 of us, and 2 options.
Well, technically, there's 5 of us. Anna.
Anna kind of speaks up and goes, technically, there are 6.
Beg pardon? Huh?
Where's the 6th person?
Is
Your
Vince still
friend.
here?
Right.
I do not count myself, but you do recall that you sent your red-haired friend to relax.
Oh,
Lex, yeah.
right.
And Vince is
You
here
could
too.
ask him.
Just gonna peek his head out of the kitchen. Lexios, get down here. We need your help. Opinion, specifically.
Wouldn't it be easier just to ask Anna to give him a message, considering how big the ship is?
If I had thought of that, do you think I would have screamed?
You hear a chuckle from Anna, who just goes, I will deliver the message. He is on the top floor.
Damn. I really would have had to cut my hands.
It still wouldn't have reached!
After a moment, Lex does show up, and he looks relaxed, but not awake. Looks like he was probably taking a nap.
Hey, bud.
What's up?
Well, we've got 2 messages, 2 possible locations and people to meet, and we're trying to figure out which one we want to go to first.
I mean, he pauses for a moment, looks over at Arthur, and goes, you remembered you can fly on Neverland. Both of us can, you know? So, it would be a little easier to travel.
I know.
We can fly on Neverland? Stop licking
the Yeah.
stick. Go. Get out of here. Don't hiss me.
But Lex does smile and goes, it's kind of complicated. It's less flight and more gliding. You don't get to go very high.
Still, it would make traveling around a bit easier.
Yeah, that's only in the Neverland portion. So if you end up in the London portion, you're kind of just normal. Which, who summoned you there?
Someone
Somebody
with the name
named
Nick?
And there's a fancy letter J.
Yeah,
the
Lex snorts a little bit as if he recognizes it.
Do you
Uh,
know?
Kind of. It's previous run stuff.
Ah, great.
This is always how it starts. That's a good ally if you can not fuck it up. And he kind of smirks.
So don't threaten him, okay, Aster?
Helia
If
in the face.
if you land in the London portion, which he does glance at the coordinates and nods, it looks like you are landing in the London portion, kind of near to their shop. They're a candy maker and kind of a seller of food in general. You'll figure out why they called you, and when you go visit them, if you visit them.
Because it's either Neverland or the Enchanted Dominion to meet up with Persephone.
I say go to Neverland. There's probably something better there, and Persephone knows how to wait.
Alright, so Neverland then?
I'm down.
I don't have any objections.
I'll go have Anna sit in the coordinates, and like he goes to head to the bow of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
You mean the cockpit?
Right, this is a spaceship.
As much as I would love if it was a Treasure Planet style spaceship, it's not.
But you set in the coordinates as you get to the cockpit, and she takes a moment to register it and goes, "Oh, that's interesting."
Uh-oh.
It's nothing to be concerned over. It's just that there's already a signature of a Keyblade on this world.
Uh-oh.
I mean, that's not surprising.
Could be Nick.
It's a possibility.
But she does input the coordinates and starts to kind of jostle the ship, which has been kind of let into the proper hangar to get off-world. And it's a slow startup. It's one of those things of getting the dust off the engines. So it does take a little while. Is there anything you discuss while this is happening?
What's the game plan for when we get down there?
We meet with Nick, we find out what he wants. They want. She? I don't know.
We don't go in assuming they're hostile. How about that?
Yeah, that too. Please, Aster, do not threaten him. Do not try to be intimidating. I know it's difficult, but at least try.
You're all just getting stared at this point.
9 times out of 10. Okay?
We all know it's higher than 9, but still. I see your point.
Lex says they could be a good ally. I know you don't trust me, but trust Lex.
He's also a candy maker. Not the worst thing in the world.
Look at it this way. At least you can get a treat.
That is true.
I'm older than you. What is this? What, okay, whatever bit this is needs to stop.
Well, candy's just good, though.
I can't have it.
Why can't you have it?
I have bare teeth. You know how hard it is to get those out? I have to shift my teeth.
You do realize there's candy-like
candies.
suckers and whatnot, yeah? You don't bite those.
Oh. Alright.
Have you never had
Aster.
a sucker before?
Do you not know how to eat lollipops?
No.
Yeah, no, you just put them in your mouth and they melt.
For an elongated period, I was an anxiety-ridden motherfucker who was afraid to leave his house and leave books. Most books say candy is bad for you. I didn't want that.
Yeah, in excess. Did you? Oh my god.
I'm getting him some candy when we get there.
Good. Give your boyfriend a treat. Damn.
And as everything kind of settles and Anna takes the ship into orbit and beyond, it is going to be like a couple of hours, even at top speed, for Anna, because she doesn't want to force her engines to go faster than they can with the first trek in a long time.
Yeah, we're not trying to break what we've just fixed.
Mm-hmm. But it is going to take a couple of hours. Is there anything you prep for, knowing that you're going to the London portion of Neverland?
The appropriate outfits.
Yeah. You shouldn't have as too big of a problem as the other world. I don't think.
Aster's gonna go through their resources and prep 3 bags of survival kits, like potions, elixirs, all that. If he has to shell out money to order them, he's going to at least get 3 potions, 2 elixirs, and make sure everyone's key carriers are good and fastened to whatever they carry. Because I will be bringing Garden of Void, Nature's Wrath, Bolt Hound, and Lady Luck with me.
Okay.
I'll make sure that, just so while they're prepping clothes, Aster's gonna go like, no one has to know I'm being anxious right now, and just start prepping like gear for them in case they need to take longer here than intended.
Is there a sort of currency exchange for money to the money used in Neverland? The London portion?
You mean pounds? Euros?
Yes. Well, it would be pounds. I think euros came into existence much later after the time period Neverland is set in.
Yeah, it was generalization, wasn't it?
I would say it's not exactly 1-to-1, but it is like closer to 1.5 money is one pound, because money is based off of literal star shards.
Yeah, no, Tsubasa's going to get some of that taken care of just in case they need to actually spend money in the London portion.
So as you arrive in the orbit of Neverland, hold on, the map's trying to fuck me.
It happens.
You realize that it kind of looks a little funny. The ship reading of Neverland is half London, half an island. So it looks like Big Ben is situated directly on top of a small island, and it looks kind of funny.
This is fine.
Hee hee.
But the coordinates do like trigger the teleporter to start up, which is on the bridge. And I'm sure all of you have been up there waiting for a little while Anna was setting it up.
Yeah.
Was that? Okay, you good?
I was just confirming.
Okay.
How does your characters react to a teleportation that feels not smooth, but you barely notice that it's there as you land on soft earth and gravel?
This is better than last time.
I mean, I gotta agree with that.
Just just Arthur. I mean, to be fair, we don't got the greatest track record, so anything's an up.
Oh my goodness.
What? Did I?
No.
I didn't do an accident.
No,
did I?
you didn't. I'm just realizing we really don't have the best track record with these things.
We survived. Let's take that as an up.
And that's all we can do in this world.
Yeah. Aster's just gonna. Can I do like a perception check to look around, see what I see? Take in the sight for a minute, see if there's anything kind of sticking out.
All right, go ahead.
That is a 15.
You notice on the doors, like in front of you by about 30-40 feet, you realize that this is kind of the outskirts of London, closer to like the River Thames, like the one that cuts through the city,
Yeah.
like following it out to the outskirts where you're at right now. And the coordinates have put you in front of what looks like an old abandoned shop that on the front reads Nick's Knick-Knack. And it says literally Nick's Knack. Like he's trying to make a joke.
That's actually kind of funny.
It's gonna slowly lean over to Helia. And you were saying about being friendly? Because remember, we gotta be nice to this guy. And then just looks over to Tsubasa again.
Nice. Not appreciating of terrible puns. There's a difference.
Okay, I think it's funny.
You think Bazinga's funny though, sweetie.
Okay,
Helia under her
listen
breath
here.
just went, yeah, but you think Aster's funny.
Oh,
Whoa.
Fucking, he looks
I
at
have-
both of you just like, okay, how about you both shush?
hey, Helia, I'm right next to you and I have 23 inside. I absolutely heard that and he's laughing a bit.
Good. So do you think we not is this gate here, is this open or closed?
It is more of an archway that has
Okay.
a bunch of dangling dream catchers across it.
Steps forward, looks back at the group and goes, should we knock?
And
I
the
guess.
store
Can I
is
do
not-
a...
Well, it also looks abandoned.
Hold on. Can I do a history check on the dream catchers, see how old they are?
Go ahead.
That's a
Stop
2.
that.
Never mind.
They're just really pretty.
Okay, this is not the same check, but this is a different one. Can I do animal handling to see if there's any dream eaters connected to these?
Go ahead.
22.
There's a couple of them that are associated with dream eaters. You see one
Yeah.
for a Kiba tiger, an Aura lion. That one looks older though. Kind of like a remnant of where it should have been. And there's also one for a species you don't recognize.
Helia, Tsubasa, come here.
No,
No, come here.
no.
Then fine, fuck off. Arthur, come here.
Aster, what's going on?
Points to the dream eaters. Kiba tiger, or a lion. I don't recognize that one. If they're
Aster?
dream catchers, let me finish, motherfucker. If they're dream catchers, that means that they're around this part. I have something I can do now, which is at that point he does go like kind of searching in his bags and seeing if he has any dream eater snacks. Friendly. Do you all think I'm that anxious?
No.
I think you're that paranoid, yes.
Well,
I
to
grew
be
up on a
fair,
dream eater farm, motherfucker. This is my thing.
he's not wrong on that. Dream eaters are sort of his thing.
Yes, well, he could have come to us to tell us that instead of calling us away and acting like there was something to be worried about.
No, you walked off. I didn't want to make you walk back just to. Never mind.
You were calling us to walk back!
I was. Mainly so I could point him out, but. Thank you, Arthur, for actually walking back.
Do you knock or do you just enter?
We knock knock, we're polite.
You hear a distant, muffled, "Come in."
Alright, in we go then.
In we go.
They sit at the door over here.
Where's the door?
Here?
Either one. You came in from the south, so from the north.
Okay.
So
I was just like, there's too many doors and the ping didn't show up.
I think we're too small.
Just put yourselves down. I'll fix it. God. I love having a mouse. I promise. I'm having my beloved's issue.
Ah, the mouse. It fights.
So you enter into a kind of quaint little shop. Like nobody's here type of quaint. Of it's probably just meant for those who know about it. Kind of small. And all around you you see like food and like snacks and candies and fruits, and you even see things to prepare different kinds of meals, like knives and cleavers and stuff like that. It looks like a proper pantry shop or a food bank of some kind. And up on the second floor, you see a kind of average height man, or at this distance, it's hard to tell if it's the gender of this person, but short brown hair. You think it's either green or black eyes, as they're messing with something in their hands. And they just go, "One moment," and they rush over to a table that you barely see, though Helia, you're having trouble seeing much of anything on the second floor.
Hey.
You're small.
So small.
You hear something shake the table, rattle it, and the things on it. Then kind of power walks to the stairs, and you do see this person. Like, everything about this person is casual, but in the, like, sense of Great Gatsby casual. Formal, nice, sleek, but you'd see this person on the street and think that they're rich. And you just walk down and go, "Are you the Keyblades I sent an invite to?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are.
"Excellent!" And they clap their hands together and go, "Well, welcome to my shop. Feel free to have a look while I get everything set up for talking."
Aster's immediately gonna go full farm boy, look at all the produce.
All of you roll Arcana for me.
Uh-oh.
Hey! Two
Nice.
Only a
nat
plus
20.
one. Only a plus one. From the far line!
Watch this.
Nat 20.
Okay, how is it that the three dumbasses got the nat 20s?
So all of you rolled enough to notice that all of this produce is magical to some degree. They all have varying levels of magic in them. Some soft and barely noticeable, others kind of glint and glimmer like being in sunlight. And you realize this shop is meant for Keybladers. It's meant specifically to help them train and get used to magic. Especially magic that they're not familiar with. Do any of you pick up any of the candies or produce?
I was about to say, Tsubasa reaches to pick one up.
I pick up some produce.
You'll pick what looks like to be an orange from there.
Arthur, you realize that the orange is not quite an orange. It's more like a candied, like chocolate orange. Because it seems like everything here has either like, you know those TikToks and videos of people making real objects or real food out of candy?
Yeah.
That is what this is. And all of you realize that with your Arcana checks. Everything here, despite looking like produce or fruit or like everything is candy here. And Arthur, you realize the one you've picked up enhances one's constitution temporarily. It allows them to do more and feel more and take more damage. Essentially, it would boost your constitution by +2 for like an hour.
That's intense.
Aster, what do you pick up? Just name anything. It's probably there.
Produce wise, he's probably checking some of the bigger stuff like these heads of lettuce and cabbages.
So you pick that up and you realize that it helps with focusing your attention on surviving and getting things done in an equivalent manner. In mechanics wise, it boosts temporarily your survival score by 1. For, I think I have it, yeah, for an hour.
Just nods.
And you hear footsteps as Nick presumably walks down the stairs again. He goes, alright. Are you guys looking to buy anything? He sounds curious.
Maybe. Might check something out on our way out.
Alright, then come, follow me. We have things to discuss.
Alright.
Continue. when we do get up to these are papers, right?
Yes.
He's just gonna look at them, kind of take a pause, see what kind of papers they are.
Roll intelligence for me.
All right. Dirty 20.
You realize that these papers are Dream Eater and Nightmare adoption papers. It looks less like actual adoption and more like rescue, as if he has training in taking care of Dream Eaters and especially nightmares as you look into it a little bit more.
He's gonna. Aster's gonna lightly grab onto Helia's arm, just like, hey.
Yes?
You help me look for something real quick? Just like a glance over on these photos or papers.
What are you looking for?
A halberd insignia.
The audible floating question mark.
These are Dream Eaters and Nightmare rescue papers. Some of them are adoption papers. My family's farm is a rescue habitat. Want to see if we've done business with this guy before.
Why don't you just ask him instead of snooping through the papers?
You do notice that Nick has stopped and turned to face the general with a look of confusion, of heard footsteps stop, and just like kind of tilts his head.
We can ask him about it, Aster.
You rescue Dream Eaters and Nightmares, right?
Yeah, it's recent, but I do my best.
Found around here or off-world?
Oh, I can't leave world. I make sure that no one thinks that they're hostile. And if they are, I make sure to try to make them less so. You know how nightmares work sometimes. And he
Yeah.
kind of sighs.
Yeah.
And just turns and keeps walking.
The minute he turns, I'm gonna look at the papers and look for the insignia. With a, would this be investigation?
Yeah, investigation.
I'm doing this subtly. No, probably not.
You see a couple insignias, but none of them are the one you're looking for.
What kind of insignias are they?
You see one for a Ryu dragon, mixed with like the wing of a Ryu dragon mixed with a shield. You don't recognize where that comes from. You also see the fangs of a lupin, and you don't recognize that one. And you swear you recognize very vaguely the insignia of, what was it? It's not in my notes, I just forgot. It's like Hollow Bastion. You recognize it as Hollow Bastion.
Alright. He will just kind of note those down in his mind and start moving forward again.
Come, gather around these tables. I think we have things to discuss. And you're free to help yourself to any of the items on here. I wouldn't want to make a bad first impression. And you realize that there are, like, not fully formed candies, but they still have magic in them. They look like they're half done or they were misshapen, so he couldn't sell them.
Arthur will go in for one.
Roll the d6 for me.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Tsubasa's going to grab one for himself and hold one out to Aster, just like, here, try it.
Arthur, you grab a, like, kind of awkward-looking flower candy and pull off one of the petals and put it in your mouth, and it melts easily. It melts like putting sugar in water, like a sugar cube. And for the next 30 minutes, you roll charisma with advantage.
That's dangerous.
I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, Tsubasa grabs one for himself and holds one out to Aster. So, do I also roll then?
Yep, both of you roll.
Hey, I got a 6.
I got a rock. I mean, 2.
Tsubasa.
Yeah.
For the next 30 minutes after eating this, like, lily-style plant, or, like, of a candy, for the next 30 minutes you take +1 on your performance.
Nice.
Aster,
Yep.
this is more of a, like, playful endeavor of, it looks like a sword, or it's supposed to be, as Nick goes, yeah, that was my attempt at making something for Halloween. It didn't work all that well. And it's like a sword with a misshapen guard. Which part do you eat first?
All of it. Possibly not. Just all of it.
Just shoves the entire thing in your mouth, huh?
So for the next 30 minutes, Aster, you take +2 on your strength.
Alright.
Helia, do you grab one?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Roll a d6 for me.
A d6. I got 5.
For the next 30 minutes after eating this, like, it looks like a wand, but you, your healing spells increase by a single dice.
Neat.
So.
And-
what did
And
you
Nick
call
kind
it?
of looks between all of you, and when you ask why he called you there, he, I was wondering if you guys remembered me. But it looks like you don't.
Does that strike a chord?
Roll history with advantage. I think you already get advantage on that.
Can
If
I
it rolls
also roll
correctly.
history?
Nope. I have to do it separately.
What was that, Tsubasa?
Can I also roll history?
Sure.
No.
With a 26, it kind of does strike a chord. With you specifically, Arthur. You remember kind of a flash of a memory from a previous time loop where you and Nick were talking about how to prepare for an upcoming battle. And Nick, who at the time seemed to be called Daisy, kind of handed you an odd looking gemstone like candy piece and told you use it when you absolutely must. No sooner, no later. And then you kind of come back and Nick just stares at you.
I know Daisy.
Oh, so you remember her. She's eccentric. Or so I've been told.
I get nothing with a 12, yeah.
I'd say with a 12, with the jostling of Nick saying something, you do recall kind of meeting someone named Jay, but you don't get a clear picture.
Yeah. He does pause as he tries to remember that. It's just like, I remember Jay, but only kind of.
Oh, so you've met my entire system. That's good. That means I don't have to explain that to you. And he kind of chuckles awkwardly.
Just,
I'm Nick. I'm the one. And he gestures to himself and he's like, I'm the body, the first one. Well, first is loose. And he fidgets for a moment, kind of nervously. But that's not why I called you here. I called you here for kind of asking what your next plan is. As I heard you graduated from a strange woman with silvery purple hair.
silvery purple hair?
I think, out of character, I think that's Perk.
It is. You're right.
Yep.
It's just, oh, okay. Yeah, we did pretty recently graduate, but I don't think we were. I think we were still talking about what we were going to do next.
Well, if you have nothing on the docket, I have a request to make.
Okay.
If all of you are willing, I'd very much like to get something from the sirens in Neverland. They owe me, and their pearls are hard to find, especially in this day and age. But they're also extremely hard to find. They like to hide. So, if you want to, it is not a demand, it is just a request from an old friend.
I mean, I don't see why not.
I can give you an ability to traverse between, I guess, Neverland and here, but I can only do it once per day, and I can't use it on myself. And he laughs. I'm kind of banned from Neverland.
Why?
What did you do?
Oh, no, it's nothing bad. It's just, I grew up. I used to be a lost boy.
I see.
Oh.
Slowly raises his hand.
Yes?
What's a lost boy?
Sort of like a team underneath Peter Pan. People who go out and do things for him. I grew up, challenged him, and he banished me. I'm supposed to forget, but it's kind of hard to.
And we're not too old to go to Neverland?
Neverland doesn't have an age limit per se. It is more. How do I explain this? Faith, trust, and pixie dust. If you believe in it, it'll probably come true over there.
And I'm fully equipped for that.
So, what do you say? Willing to help?
Yeah.
I'm in.
All right.
Let's go get some pearls.
And he kind of reaches out his hand to the side and opens up a kind of square portal over here next to the wall. You guys are free to walk in at any time. It'll stay open for the next 8 hours.
Is that about how
Only-
long we've got to get back here too?
Oh, no, you can just call for me. Just call out for January. Alright?
Alright. Well, you guys ready, or is there anything we want to do first?
I have actually a question about the sirens.
Mm-hmm. Looking
How
at you now.
agreeable are they?
It's hard not to see the brief grimace of somebody who has probably dealt with better customers than sirens. Because
Ooh.
they're not horrible, they're just selfish.
Mm. You need to give them incentive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. That's my question.
What do they normally eat?
Fish, mostly.
I don't think fish is difficult for them to find.
Cooked fish is.
They do. This might be a last ditch effort for you, but they do adore secrets.
Does anyone
Well,
have any juicy secrets
They're
they're willing to
gossip
give up?
mongers.
I got plenty. We'll be fine.
I think we all have plenty.
I have Rephrase. I have plenty I'm fine with parting with.
Yeah.
So do you head through?
Arthur
Yep.
will.
Yeah. Tsubasa does as well.
Yep.
Just pile together where it'll be fine.
And all of you kind of accidentally splash into a small wading river.
So down here.
Yep.
Flash.
Splish splash, we're taking a bath.
Ba ba ba.
Do 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 do. Thanks, Cherry. Thanks.
You are very welcome.
Okay, there he is. Fucker didn't want to land.
Did you lose Aster for a second?
I put him on there like 3 times and he wasn't showing up. So if more Aster appear, I'm sorry.
So I would notice for all of you, what's your passive insight for all of you?
23.
15. No, 14.
15.
14.
21.
So only Arthur doesn't register what's going on. This area is highly dense with magic. You could probably just think things into existence if you really wanted to.
Hey,
Such
Arthur?
as... Yep. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, Arthur.
Yes.
This place is basically a magic gold mine. We're in the densest part. Imagination will literally form anything. Just let him in on the loop.
Mhm. Arthur,
Yes.
you feel an odd connection with this place. As if imagination is not the limit for you. Faith, trust, and pixie dust truly is word of law here. You feel as if you could take a step on the air and form an actual foundation.
Like if you were to like go up a step, but there's
Mhm.
nothing there.
Correct.
Oh, this is an. Oh, hang on. Let me just. This is an elevated place, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he would like try to like create a step and then walk up to the top. Like every time he steps.
No roll necessary. You've learned how to glide before, but it only works in Neverland. This is a form of glide.
Tsubasa just watches this happen like, well, oh, okay, alright. There he goes.
You're about 40 feet up off the ground. Arthur.
Okay. Sirens, they would be at large body of water, and this place seems too shallow. So what's closest? I guess shoreline. From this height, if you can see it.
All with basic memory, you don't very much recall if they're going to be at the shoreline, or if they're at a like waterfall or a lake somewhere on the island. You don't really recall where the majority of the sirens are.
So where do you guys want to go look first? Waterfall, shoreline. Third option.
I have a third option.
What's the third option?
Yeah.
Pinky's in his mouth. Farm boy whistle for any dream eaters nearby.
Roll animal handling for me.
Uh, 25.
What are you calling for, specifically?
Either whatever recognizes the call or something, seabound. Waterbound, I mean.
You hear the shuffling of a very small, like, what's the name? Fucking the fish, fin something. Fin fatale. That's what it is. It's like a cluster of them, kind of shuffling around the last two in the water, of just like yes, yes. There's new people. There's new people. Yes.
Just Tsubasa is going to reach down to pat one of them, just like, good fish.
Fish.
It gently bites the side of your hand.
Ah!
Yeah,
Ow.
calm down. Don't freak out on him. And he's just gonna like pull out his dream eater snacks and he's gonna go like calling a dog. Come here, buds. I got a handful of treats for anybody who knows where the sirens are.
As you're talking, you start to notice, with your passive perception and insight put together, every so often as you're talking, there's just a nyam from across the way, stealing one of the treats.
He's gonna look
Like-
at the origin of the Niam.
You see a Toxamander, like, right in the bushes over here.
Right where?
Hmm.
Over here.
Right here.
He's going to throw the rest of them over. He's gonna like look at Tsubasa and Helia first and go, "Get on shore unless you want to be covered in Dream Leader snacks. Come on."
Can Tsubasa
It's like a
just
10.
walk up?
It's like a 10, 15 like rise for that portion.
We're in
So
Neverland.
like 15, 15.
Believe you can jump high, and you will jump high, like Arthur did.
Arthur didn't jump, he literally walked.
Fair enough. And he's gonna wait for Helia to get on the shore, and once she is, he will toss out the treats to the water while pulling out a larger treat and offering it to the Toximander to come out of the bush. Come here, bud. He's just gonna sit
The
on the edge.
littlest of paws reach out, grab, nyam.
Just a little guy.
My name is Aster Harold. I'm from a Dream Eater farm. We house and rehabilitate nightmares and Dream Eaters alike, and currently we're looking for sirens. I've got a lot more snacks. I always gotta keep a hand on me.
Munch,
So-
crunch, munch, munch, crunch.
He's looking at the Femme Fatale sword and he goes, "Can you guys look for the sirens, please? We need to."
Roll persuasion.
Okay. Can I do that with advantage because I fed them?
Yes.
Fuck yeah! I'm in hell. That's double ones. Ooh.
That is
Hey.
unfortunate.
That's
Hey.
hilarious.
Hey, hold on a minute. Hold on.
Desperately trying to find something he can fix this with.
Fucking divine intervention. Can I divine intervention that into a fucking at least something that's not a nat 1 or try to roll it again?
You roll a percentile. You're looking to
you-
be under 20.
So D100.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Nope. You hear a giggle from Barbie.
Congratulations, your boss thinks you're funny.
Can Tsubasa try to convince them?
You do notice with your passive perception, there is a different kind of Dream Eater fish in the group that is more spiky and not aggressive, but protective. And it's just swirling around them while they eat, of just like almost protection. It looks like a fish bone.
He's going to scooch to the edge of the cliff or whatever. It's just like, hey, could you please help us find the sirens? We just need to talk to them.
Who here knows Druidic?
Nope.
No druids in this party right now.
Our
Not-
druid
not
is
right now.
currently MIA.
Wait, hold on. I've been saying that Aster's been trying to relearn Druidic. How long has it been since I said that?
I'd say it's been about 8 months.
Would that be enough to at least know basics?
I'd say so.
I'll add Druidic to my languages.
It's not like full sentences, but you get the gist of it.
Yeah.
And the fishbone kind of gives off the impression of we don't go near the sirens.
He'll look at Tsubasa. They don't go near sirens. Right, they're fish dream eaters, and the
Sirens
Sirens
eat fish.
mm-hmm.
Do
He's
you
gonna pull out a big treat and just go like, sorry, and like lean it into the water.
do you know where they normally hang out? At the very least, the places that you gotta avoid.
You get the impression of falling water.
Falling water.
Waterfall. Okay.
So, waterfall or a river that has a rapids. A lot of rapids are just like high up places that lead in. Never mind. Why am I explaining this to you guys?
Tsubasa just.
I do think waterfall is probably the better option. It's easier for them to just laze about, you know?
It would have the
Yeah.
deeper water than most rivers.
And it's common for fish to get swept up in those streams and fall down them.
Alright. Does Aster still have the treats out?
He's given damn near all of the lesser treats to the he's got maybe 2 handfuls left of the little treats and at least 4 handfuls left of the big treats. So he's fed them pretty much well.
No, he's going to. Tsubasa's going to take one of the bigger treats and just sort of scooch back down the cliff to give it directly to the fishbone as a thanks.
Hesitant chomp, and then ordering the other ones to swim away. They're just like, no, this is too much. Too many people. Too many landwalkers. Gotta go. Gotta run.
Aster will, in the most broken Dream Eater, go, "What's up?"
Hi. Arthur said something?
I just said landlubbers.
Oh.
God damn it.
Oh, God.
Aster's just gonna go in the most broken fucking Dream Eater. Stick to the rivers and away from the deep sea. That's where they like to go.
Where do you guys go next?
We go to look for the waterfall, I suppose.
Just gonna look at the Toxamander. Hey, bud. You wouldn't happen to know about any dangers on the way to the way to the waterfall, right?
Big ol' eyes.
There's treats in it. If you
Bigger old eyes.
holds a hand out for the sniff snarfs.
The sniff. Big sniff.
Sniff, sniff.
You mind being our guide?
The Toxamander shakes its head, but then puts one paw up to its mouth, like the thinking emoji.
Would
Goes.
you be... I was gonna do some Scooby Snack shit. Go ahead.
It kind of shakes its head, does the thinking emoji, and then goes, in Druidic, there is a friend of mine who would be able to be your guide. Do you want me to call?
Yeah, of course. The Toxamander... He looks at the rest of them. Toxamander's got a friend that can be a pretty good guide to us, for us to get to the waterfall.
We should be able to glide there too, yeah. So that should at least make it a little bit faster.
Yeah. But this is Neverland, and I think there's like 4 waterfalls at a given time.
There is a high-pitched whine from the Dream Eater in front of you that most of you can't hear, but Tsubasa's having trouble thinking because and you hear shuffling through the trees. Like a big shuffling. Big, big, big.
A big boy.
Aster just standing and ready.
You see a pegaslick, a very big pegaslick, walk through the trees and just snuffle. Big snuffle.
Waves. Hello.
For context, I'm going to put a token on the map for you to understand just how large this pegaslick is.
It's a baby.
Watch it be like fucking a 3x3 token.
Look at the baby. Now look at the big baby.
You're not wrong.
God damn it.
It is like 13 feet tall.
Stairs. That's a goddamn alpha, isn't it?
It's a baby.
That's a little big for a baby, Helia.
They're all babies if you give them the chance.
And
Sadly
he
not.
does briefly think of Rattles, and it's just like, okay, yeah, no, you've got a point there.
Just looks at the
Just-
Pegaslick. Hi.
Snuff. There's no words, just snuff of a horse.
Sniff, snarf.
And the Toxamander just skitters up the cliff face and walks over to, like, does the, like, tip tap, tip tap, tip tap over to the Pegaslip and just clambers onto its back, which it doesn't seem to mind. It just accepts it. That's what it is for now. And you all hear, in clear common, though it doesn't seem to open its mouth to speak, why has my friend called you? Or called me for you?
You're asking for directions.
We
To the
where?
waterfall where the sirens are.
What business do you have with the sirens?
we need to ask them for something.
They are, if I remember correctly, they owe the person who brought us here something, and we've been tasked to collect for him.
It stares at you and then goes, "You will have to try a little harder than that to convince them."
We are prepared to offer roasted fish and secrets if needed.
It snuffles in that, like, cocky, arrogant way of you're thinking you're a little denser than most. And Aster, you realize that this is absolutely an alpha dream eater. Has lived long enough to tell the tale.
You know, hey, I've got a question for you, bud. There's we're not the first Keybladers here, are we? That you've met.
No.
Would you mind if I asked you who you have met of great notice?
A very long time ago, a Keyblader named Sora helped me in a predicament.
You were in a predicament. Kind of with that tone of, I'm surprised alphas can get in predicaments.
Do you want directions or not?
I do.
Yes, we would appreciate directions.
Head north. I'll give you as much of a guidance as I can. And it starts to walk down the path. with the Toxamander just curled up on its back.
Symbiosis. Cool.
Alright, here we go.
Aster's gonna kind of follow along and go. Are you aware of any other alphas in this area? We wouldn't want to
Yes.
anger them.
Just a simple yes as soon as you ask about alphas.
Thank you.
And there's a long walk that the alpha Pegaslick does not continue past a certain point, but you do hear the rushing of lots of water ahead of you. Like it sounds like if you get near it too close, you're not going to be able to hear yourself talk. Like it's that bad.
Tsubasa already low-key suffering.
Yeah. Aster will stop about a good distance away and wait for the Pegaslick to stop.
It stops about 75% of the way to the waterfall and just steps aside for you all to head down the path.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We owe you gratitude and favor if you need it.
A snuff.
And then looking this very large, intimidating alpha creature in the face and going, reaches in, pulls out a handful of big snacks. Hungry?
Roll animal handling for me. Disadvantage.
6 and 13.
There's a hesitation of just looks at the snacks, looks at you, looks at the snacks, looks at you.
If it's any consolation, I was raised on the Dream Eater farm, and my father has a allied wargoyle. I'm aware that even creatures of alpha status enjoy an occasional treat. I meant no offense by this. Only
Gently takes a couple of them in its mouth and then trots off.
wait, hold on, wait. The rest can be for Toxamander.
Pauses. Thanks.
Just gonna prop it up on a stone. Heralds
as
always
you do
pay their things. Oh, go ahead.
as you do that, it kind of trots over to the stone you left it on, sits down, and the Toxamander just nyam every so often to eat it.
I love him.
Lamb. Lamb.
Looks at the Pegaslick and the Toxamander. A herald always pays their dues and respect. Thank you.
I want you to understand this Toxamander is no larger than Aster's hand.
Oh, absolutely. That's I fully like. That's why I said, "Oh, symbiosis."
It's a baby.
And the Pegaslick is literally the fucking size of a Goliath. And you're just like, this is mine now. My child.
Yeah.
But it's calm now. It doesn't seem to be hostile towards you, or at least aggressive towards you anymore. Even if it is doing a favor for the Toxamander. And you come across a large waterfall, and you hear chattering of two women. You're at the bottom of the map, by the way. Over here.
Would it be fair to say that at some point, since we were clear about, collecting fish, that we did collect some fish on the way?
Nope, stop moving. I'm trying to make sure all of you fit. God. That'll work. I could be lore accurate Helia right now if I wanted to.
You could.
Do it.
Stop bullying her.
You
Helia and the
bullied
three
Lex!
giants. Helia and the three giants. Come on.
They are the exact same size.
No, I'm a couple inches taller.
No, Lex and Helia are exactly the same height.
Okay, well then it's Helia and Lex and the three giants.
I'm not gonna make that joke.
Anyways.
This isn't a joke we're gonna say on recording.
It's a joke for later.
A joke for later. But how do you approach the waterfall? You do not have, even with a over 20 passive perception, the waterfall is muffling so much that you can only hear the rushing water. But you do see two curled up and cozy looking women with like very fish-like features, like mermaids. But they look kind of dark and muted in color.
Okay, how we doing this,
And-
guys?
Politely.
They don't seem to
well,
have noticed you yet.
I asked my question again. While we were traveling, at any point did we collect fish like I said I was planning to? Or
You did. I'd say all of you would have to roll nature to see how many you got.
Aster absolutely would have employed everybody and be like, hey guys, please, we need this.
Alright.
I only have a 1 in nature?
It's an intelligence thing.
I have a total of 2 ones for my skill checks, and it's only because the other intelligence-based things I have, I'm proficient in. And those are just +4s.
So with your total score, I'd say you guys got about 7 regular fish and 1 like really big fish. Because that was 2 dirty 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
Well,
Looks at everybody. Who's good at cooking?
I think
Tsubasa
collectively
slows.
we're good at it.
I've done cooking for the group before, remember?
Alright. Let's... I can set up a small fire and we can start cooking these, see if we get their attention. Better they come to us first, if we don't come to them.
Okay, I get.
That way we can seem like the people who are kind enough to offer to them,
Yeah.
rather than someone who's been coming to look for them.
Alright, let's give that a shot then.
Aster's gonna take time, collect some loose wood and dry wood and whatnot, and kind of make a fire with the fire spell.
Tsubasa's going to cook the fish.
I don't know. Roll for that. Do you roll nature or survival?
For cooking,
Mm-hmm.
it's either it's dependent because it's either survival or it's performance. Because cooking
Let's go
kind of works
performance.
like cooking kind of works like an act, the same way that bards kind of use like the I'm going to make a song. Okay, roll performance.
So I go ahead and roll performance then.
Mm-hmm.
24.
I'd say the first one is a little overcooked. Not in a bad way, just You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you get the rest of them pretty well done, and you hear the chattering stop as the waterfall kind of continues to muffle whatever's being whispered or said or even done, and you hear the shuffling of water as something approaches. You
Aster's gonna
see
peek.
something dip under the overpass and look up at you from the river. It is a kind of tan skin woman, like almost POC, but more of a tanned white. And with long blue hair and muted and kind of damaged. Like, I can't, like, how do I explain this? She looks damaged in the sense of she probably is a rather tough fighter for being a siren.
Mm.
Hello there.
She stares at you.
Good to meet you. Didn't know we called upon a friend. We're stopping to cook ourselves some food while we're traveling. You hungry? We've got plenty to share.
There's a pause, and she looks back where she came from and goes, in kind of broken common, as if she doesn't use it very often, and goes, "Are you trying to bribe me?"
If I were to bribe you, I'd want something in return. I'm simply offering you food.
She looks down for a moment and sinks into the deeper than you realize river, like up to her nose. And kind of blows a couple of bubbles and then comes back up. May I have one for me and my sister?
He'll grab the larger one and go, "Here, you can split it between the two of you."
She reaches out with her clawed hands, like they look webbed and clawed, and the sort of thing that you would see on like a bird of prey near the ocean.
Mhm.
That kind of like web talon ordeal, and gently takes it. And that's when you see the problem that you're going to run into. The pearls that you're looking for are not around her neck. They're around the damaged scales. They seem to be a healing property. From your insight alone. They seem to be keeping her from feeling something.
He'll nod. He'll kind of like take that in personally, and he'll wait for her to go and feed her sister.
She does like quickly swim off. Does
Aster will whisper to the group. The pearls are painkillers. They're hurt right now. We take the pearls, they'll feel pain.
Oh, this is going to be a slight problem.
Maybe not. There's no time limit on how long it's gonna take we have to do this, right?
No,
I
he
mean,
didn't give us one.
we could also maybe try to help them.
That's what I was gonna say. We can,
Mina?
since we have no time limit, we can just help them heal first, and then request the pearls as payment.
I do have my cure spells.
you hear fast swimming come back?
Oh, Jesus. Neum.
And
Hello.
her expression is frenetic in the worried sense of this. You travelers, do you have magic?
Yes,
Yeah,
Yes.
we do.
we are keybladers.
We're leaving. I know we just met, but I have to trust someone, and you are the only ones here. My sister, she was badly injured defending our grove. I, I don't have magic of my own, and the pearls are not working.
Will help. And he'll look at Helia and Arthur. Can you guys grab the fish? And stares at Tsubasa. Come on. Let's go
Alright.
check it out.
Okay.
Just kind of hops down here, because I know that is a ledge.
Mm-hmm. As
Hello.
you get closer to the waterfall and call out to the other mermaid, or rather the other siren, as this entity with beautiful blue hair and shining almost turquoise or cyan scales, a lot of her is cut up and damaged, and it looks piercing. It looks as if she had been cut up and bruised and hurt deliberately. And as you get closer to the waterfall, it's like a healing property, but it doesn't affect you. You can sense that with your ability from Barbie. It has a healing property, but it's not a property for you.
What happened? What did this?
I'm not sure. The other one says, as the sister is so much in pain that she doesn't seem to realize that you're even there. And the other one goes, I'm sorry, I never introduced myself. I'm Serena, and this is my sister Celine. There was something attacking the grove, and we didn't know what else to do but to fight, and we aren't prepared for fighting. We're prepared for, as sirens do. But this is different. It looked wrong. It looked like a mermaid or a siren or a deep sea fish, but it was wrong. Nothing was damaging it, and one of our elders had to banish it. But
Banish it.
Celine,
It's not gone?
she was... No. It's out, I think somewhere on the first island. It's far away from here.
Tsubasa holds a hand out towards, I already forgot her name, the injured one.
Celine.
Celine. He reaches out towards Celine, it's just like, may I?
And there's a sort of clicking language between the two of them, and Celine opens her eyes finally, and they're bright, vibrant purple, even brighter than Aster's. And she just goes, if you can stop the pain, that'd be nice.
He's going to cast Cure.
May I ask you something while Tsubasa heals Celine? Did it have any toxins? Like anything poisonous, like a pufferfish?
She thinks for a moment. Yes. It had not poisonous. It was almost like it could bite and infuse someone with something.
May I get into the water?
There's a hesitation from both of them.
Allow me to explain. If it is a bite or any sort of affliction through poison, I want to simply make sure that there's nothing lingering within that will poison you again after we have healed you.
Helia, your passive investigation is 19, correct?
Yep.
As he's talking and ensuring that he's just trying to make sure that nothing lingers, that if there is poison in Celine, then he would get rid of it. you're examining the scene, and this healing property of water, it is relieving the pain, but it's not getting rid of the affliction. And there is one. As you kind of look over Celine as she's laying where she is, you recognize this from your studies in rangers classes. It's a rare affliction. It is specifically toxic, the disease form of it. If not suitably taken care of, even in this healing property water, there's a likelihood that she will die.
Yeah.
Does she share this information?
I'm gonna say, like, yes, but there's also, even before she says anything, she's making one of those faces because she can't keep a secret to save her fucking life.
Yeah, no, Tsubasa does cast Cure and he catches that look on her face. And like
Tsubasa,
yeah.
your cure meets resistance as you look over at Helia.
Odd. He's going to try to cast Lesser Restoration.
You see Celine relax a little bit as the Lesser Restoration takes hold. But she still seems very sick and weak.
Aster's gonna take the jacket off, kind of like do the thing of like, here, this is very magical. I don't want you to think I'm doing anything wrong. Glasses off, and he's still gonna wait for permission to get into the water.
Serena, as she introduces herself, is these waters are not meant for Keybladers. The last one to enter kind of toxified the water. You won't do that, right?
No, and I will be honest with you. My name is Aster Herald. I am a herald. I summon dark creatures. My power is originated of darkness, but it comes from a deity known as Barbie. She is a good and kind one. If there are any toxins that would hurt a peaceful place like this, she would have stopped me before I offered. And he'll kind of give it like that moment of like, hey, you know, that's you, Barbie. Am I getting in or not?
Serena pauses and then goes, for a little while, not for long. Okay?
Of course. Only to look and see if there's anything that we need to remove. If we need any purification, my friend Arthur can just stick his hand in there. He's a lighthouse for light. And he's going to slip into the water. Kind of like over here. Keeping near Serene and Celine. So that he has proper
Serena
watch.
and Celine.
Serena and Celine. So that he has proper watch and like Serena can just go, get out of the water now. Like for a forewarning.
Mm-hmm.
Aster is going to investigate for can I use insight, or would this be investigation for any overt tricks that would look poisonous?
Roll investigation for me.
Right? Uh, 18 with a +4 dice.
You sense, you more see before you sense the toxin. It's a nightmare poison. It is dug very deep into like the center of her side, and it looks like it was on purpose, like it was targeting her.
He's going to surface up and kind of look her in the eyes and go, "Do you have anything to bite down on?"
They both shake their head.
He
Helia,
offers hand.
One sec. Okay, I'm good.
were you dying a little bit?
I desperately needed to cough, yes.
Okay. So, Helia, as they're like rushing to help, you feel like a sort of twinge. Like, it's not obvious at first, but it feels like your partner, your Dream Eater partner, is telling you to use a spell that you've only recently learned. Roll insight for me.
Marigold, bite mother's hair, communicate with mother.
You realize that Marigold is trying to tell you to use Izuna, as Izuna is a very high level spell that gets rid of all diseases, but it only can be used a certain number of times a day, at least at your level. But you'd have to get into the water and relinquish your dry status.
Yeah, Helia is puffing at her cheeks and goes, I think I've got something.
Aster's gonna look and go, "Whatever it is, have it ready on standby. You gotta get in the water, don't you?"
Yes,
He
I have
sees
to
her
get in the
trapping.
water. And I'm
He's
not
looking
putting
at
it on standby, I'm being told to use it.
The needle is still in there. I need to get it out.
Helia. Well, Aster first. Do you tell Helia where the needle is?
Yes, he goes, "It's in her side, put there deliberately, and it's pretty deep. If I'm gonna pull it out, she's gonna need to bite down on something because it's gonna hurt to pull out, but it can be pulled out."
So who goes first? Do you take out the needle, or do you heal?
This is where Yuffie's gonna talk to Tala. I think we should take the needle out first, so that way the Asuna sticks, and you don't have to
Yeah.
reapply it.
Yeah.
Alright. So, Aster's going to be like, "I don't have anything for you to bite down on. Thanks for a moment. I'm so sorry if this is insulting." Pulls out a Dream Eater treat. Just bite down on that softly, and when it starts to crunch, it'll be pulled out, okay?
You hear both of them chuckle, as if this is not going to go according to plan, but Celine does take it and like put it in her mouth and just gently holds it.
He's just going, as he's going down, he's like, "All right, we had fish too." And he's going to hand on her side with the crest of his thumb and finger surrounding it. He's going to grab it and Herald Strength gently pull it out so that there's no resistance. But at the same time, it's like, it's not something that he's gonna like switch on, so he's just kind of pulling it out gently.
Roll dexterity for me.
All right. Save or just normal?
Normal.
12. Shit.
You realize that this needle is not normal. It is trying to dig into her further as you are taking it out.
He's, again, I did press a fist that he's using Herald Strength, so this thing is fighting against a Herald Strength going, "Oh, you motherfucker."
You do get it out, and you realize with Herald's Strength and a 12, it takes you a little while, and almost immediately you hear the crunch of a Dream Eater snack.
So he's going
And-
to. He has it out now.
You have it out, and you realize that it is very much alive. It is connected to something. It is like almost bleeding with toxins.
He's immediately just gonna like keep it away from both of them, push it against the ground, and just go, Helia, tag in now, quick.
I was gonna say you should probably get that out of the water.
Yeah, he's absolutely getting it away from the water. He's like behind the waterfall now. Just he's not meaning to thirst trap, but he absolutely rips the fucking thing off of his waist and begins wrapping this thing in it.
I know Tsubasa's having a fun time.
Shut up.
I was about to say.
No, don't. Ah!
No, I'm bullying. We're bullying Tsubasa.
Don't
That's,
bully
that's
my
your
boy.
dumbass.
Don't bully
The
my
thirst
boy.
trap
It's
comes from
not
the fact
his
that he
fault.
did that
It's
with one move.
Tsubasa's having
Yeah?
a grand old time. It's fine.
But you roll an Arcana check for me.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna be good. Fuck me sideways. I guess I'm wrong.
You realize that this is a nightmare toxin, but you don't recognize where it's from. It looks like a mix of, for lack of a better term, it looks like it's a mix of 3 separate poisonous or venomous even dream eaters or nightmares.
Immediately looking at Arthur, holding, and he's got this thing bound up in like his waist stash.
We're not going right back after we get the pearls.
Okay.
This is bad. This needs to be taken care of. And like he's gonna walk over, show Arthur, and like do the, the fucking pointing out of the Dream Eater and Nightmare knowledge. Like that's from an airborne, seabound, and land poison toxin separately. And one thing, that's not good.
Let me see.
They said that it was just banished, so
Let me see.
he's holding it out to you, motherfucker.
It's not
I
what he
said
means
that.
by let me see. More like
He's-
gimme.
He hands it over. He's been
Thank you.
Oh my
asshole.
god.
Heathen. What are you? Let me see. He's showing it to you. Let me see. I'm gonna kill you.
So, Arthur, what are you trying to do?
I was wondering if I could also roll Arcana on it to see its like if it's like if it has like if it's fucking if it's what's the word? Not extrude.
Exponent?
Emitting like any type of matter.
Can I give him a?
Roll Arcana. You've seen this type of magic before. It was during the Ruby Moon incident.
This is the same magic as what happened during the Ruby Moon.
You do recognize, both of you looking at the poisonous, like the toxin shard, I'll call it. It looks like it's trying to not escape, but find a new host.
Ew, can I use light on it?
No, don't.
It's trying to find a new
Immediately,
host, buddy.
Aster's immediately gonna go. No, don't you dare. I can use this. and he's gonna like snatch it back from him because that's his goddamn waist, his waist stash.
Okay. Are you trying to resist this, Arthur?
I guess as a reaction.
So I need both of you to roll a dex saving throw.
19. Fuck. Why is yours with advantage? Dinky bastard man.
I don't want to talk about why he has advantage on dexterity saves.
But Aster is still
Isn't that
going,
right?
Dude, I can fucking find use for it. If you eliminate it, we don't know where that thing is from.
If I give this to you, that means you're responsible if something goes bad with it.
Absolutely. I'm always responsible when shit goes bad. Because I'm the dumbass that runs in first, but this one I'm
No,
actually thinking
this,
about.
This other people. This could be bad for other people, not just you.
It's not gonna be bad for other people. Just let me see it.
Sure.
And he's gonna hold it. You brought the fish, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna take one of the cooked fish, kind of offer it like you offer a parasite like false skin. Does it latch on?
It does not. It seems to shrink away.
Fire, bad. We know that now. And he's just
Or
gonna,
dead
like,
flesh.
that too. Focus on healing, and then he's just going to ignite. He's going to ignite the dead fish with dark Faraga to be like, just so where there's no cross contamination. And he's gonna kind of think for a moment. Something I could do, but I don't want to do that. He's gonna take a moment and he's like, I don't know how much mana this will have to burn, but can I encase this safely in ice?
Do you use ice?
Blizzard.
You hear a soft shriek of pain.
It stops immediately. Okay. Arthur, note this down. Ice weakness. And he's gonna kind of take the moment. Come over here, by the way, so we're away from them. Kind of, he's still holding it by the sash, and he'll between two fingers, he'll use thunder to see, kind of bring it near it, see what it does.
It seems to almost eat the magic as you use thunder.
Okay. Ice, it doesn't like. Thunder, it eats magic. And then he tries arrow next.
It doesn't react.
Neutral to arrow. Please tell me you're writing this down. He'll hold up normal fire first.
Munch crunch.
It's up fire. This one's redundant, but holds up water magic.
No reaction.
Neutral. So, arrow, water, neutral. Thunder, fire, devours. And he's going to do this one thing. He's going to hold up the essence for Dark Faraga.
It almost seems to latch on immediately. Not in the sense that it's eating it, but in the sense that it's healing it.
Pulls it away immediately. Darkness spells heal. Take a moment. And he's going to look at it and he goes, okay. So we know its properties are fire, thunder, neutral. Blizzard, weakness. Arrow, water. No, my bad. Fire, thunder, absorbs. Water, arrow, neutral. Blizzard, weakness. Darkness, absorbs. Heals. Which means light is another weakness. Note that down. And
it's like looking at Arthur. You are noting all this down, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to scan it now.
What are you scanning for?
Species.
It brings up prototype 2.
Arthur. This thing is
Yes?
called Prototype 2. Okay. So hold on, let me actually absorbs water arrow neutral ice light weak ice light.
While they're doing that, Helia and Tsubasa, what are you doing?
Trying to heal up the siren.
Who's going
Mhm.
first, Izuna or Kier?
I would imagine Izuna to get rid of what's resisting the cure.
Yeah, Izuna.
So take off the MP, and I need you to roll Arcana for Mastery.
Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah. Uh, 20 minus 6 is 14, right?
Yes.
Thank you. There's no math here. And it's an Arcana roll for mastery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You gain a Mastery
Mm.
point.
Excuse me.
I do?
Mm-hmm. Izuna is a
Okay.
different category of healing spells. And is the lowest tier, so it's a 10 for a crit.
You told me it was 16!
What, did I?
Yeah!
Okay,
It's been
well, listen, I've had a weird week.
if it's a spell difference change, that's fine. We had that whole thing where I was losing my mind because I couldn't roll above a 15.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it would make sense if a ranger spell had a ranger DC, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess no mastery. I forgot.
Yeah, it's okay.
Real quick, hey, since technically they was aided, can she roll again to try and get mastery?
Hmm?
Since she's technically being aided with the cure spell, does that count for help action to try and roll mastery again?
I'd allow it.
Alright, roll one more time.
Come on, big.
No.
Damn.
Wow, you did worse. Okay.
The running joke right now is Helia is going to have half the masteries everybody else does by the time we hit the end of the game. Just because she can't roll for shit.
7 fucking rolls and only 2 of them got above an 18. Do not
Yeah.
Okay.
hurt me.
So, the Izuna goes through, and the toxin that was reduced to poison is removed. You see the relaxation hit Celine, and she kind of slumps into the water a little bit as the healing properties of the waterfall start to take effect properly.
Tsubasa does cast a cure for her as well.
Her fins do a little happy flap.
Cute. That's cute.
And Serena looks at you with relief. Thank you. I owe you. Is there anything I can get you?
Well, we were actually looking for pearls.
What kind? They all have different properties here.
Did he ever say what kind?
He did not.
No, so
Just
it,
siren pearls.
yeah, it doesn't matter what kind. It just needed to be pearls.
Then I'll hand you one of each. There are 8 different kinds. I'm sure you'd be able to, what was it? Scan them for their properties? And she smiled.
Thank you.
Of course, you saved my sister. It's the least I could do. And she kind of swims off, leaving you with Celine, seeming to trust you for the time being. And you hear her dive into the water and disappear.
I guess we'll probably be going after whatever attacked their grove next.
I mean, if we can.
Which, by the way,
Aster
speaking
had
of
the look
that,
on his face. He's going to try at the very least.
I mean, if the thing's deep enough underwater, we're not going to be able to get to it.
You hear Celine go, no. It wasn't banished to the water because that's where it basically it thrives. It was banished to land.
You said
The
it
first
was...
island is the one that a friend, an ally of Neverland defeated something on that island. I don't remember the name of either of them, but it was a long time ago.
Okay. So if it's on land, we might actually have a chance against it.
by the way, Ren,
Mm-hmm.
Aster's gonna do 2 more scans for this thing.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is going to be... Hello? The fuck?
Are you good?
No, my off AC just turned on.
Get haunted?
Spooky.
No, it shouldn't have been off. Is what's fucked me up because I didn't even realize it had turned off. But no, he's gonna scan for. First one, he's gonna scan for its appetite. It just went off again. Must be. It must. This. Oh fuck! That means that this is the exact fucking temperature of the room. Okay, cool. But he's gonna scan for, like, what it eats and whatnot.
What the parasite eats?
Yeah, what the parasite eats, or what it would be drawn to.
It seems to be drawn towards light.
Looks at Arthur. Scratch that. It eats light and dark. The last thing he's gonna scan it one more time and he's gonna look at Arthur. Got anything we should know about it? Curious about?
No.
Third scan. What is the poison it produces?
It only brings up a term that you don't really recognize. It's called frost.
Looks at Arthur. You know what frost is?
Do you have to roll history or no?
Roll history, yeah. With the 24, it's a long time ago, but it was a warning to both you and Lex about the Dark Realm. That there is a subtle affliction that happens if you're not prepared for the Dark Realm. It basically slowly drives you mad, and it's called frost.
Oh, would he be able to link that back to when he was kind of sent to the Dark Realm?
Yes.
It's an affliction that happens when you're not really prepared for the Dark Realm. It can drive you mad.
He will nod and kind of take a moment. He thinks. Is it? You there? He's like asking his own shadow.
Eyes open in your shadow.
This thing seems to try to heal off of darkness. Produces a toxin called frost. Are you affected by frost?
You feel a shake of the head more than you see it.
You hungry?
There's a grin in your shadow.
I would like to flavor text this one this time.
Mm-hmm.
Arthur, a human fucking hand rises out of his shadow. Thin fingers, clawed nails, grabs this thing by the tip where it's producing this toxin, and you see an eye patch bearing soul kind of come out about halfway. Chomp, slurp it down.
Well, that was unnecessary.
He's extra with his rank up form. But this thing can... But now we know that darkness creatures can't be afflicted by its toxin, so we have a leg up if we're gonna confront it.
Yeah.
Let's go tell Helia and Tsubasa.
Helia and Tsubasa.
Yes.
As they're having this conversation, Celine has been informing you of what she fought. She tells you that while the elders were getting ready to banish it, she held it at bay long enough for it to get injured, but it got angry, and that's when she got poisoned. It looked half like a horse and half like a fish. But it had wings as well.
That's definitely curious.
I don't know what it is, but it's terrifying. It's not supposed to be here.
All the more reason to do something about it, I guess.
You're a little muffled, Jerry.
I said all the more reason to do something about it.
Helia, how do you respond? Is my beloved dying again?
Probably.
It would seem for the last message.
Only a little bit.
Only a little bit, they say.
But yeah, Yulia's got our frowny faces. Just like clearly does not like anything about this situation.
But Arthur and Aster, you approach?
Mm-hmm.
We approach.
Did you guys?
Aster looks at Celine. Well, parasite's gone.
She looks at you in confusion.
It absorbs fire, the magical element of fire and thunder. It's neutral to water and air, weak to ice, and it heals off light and darkness. It's from a creature we're familiar with, but haven't met yet. It devours light, and it actively devoured darkness in front of me, so the last thing about it is the toxin, what you were poisoned with. It's called frost. It's a
What's
toxin.
that?
It's a toxin from the dark realm. Do you remember earlier when I mentioned that I have connections to darkness?
Yes, I do.
I have a familiar. His name's Zippy. Creatures of the dark realm aren't affected by that toxin, so he ate it.
She scrunches up her nose in that manner of like gross.
Yeah,
know,
it was.
right?
It was pretty gross, but hey, at least it's not here anymore, and it can't infect anything else.
That is the important part.
Where's your sister?
She's
Went
got.
to retrieve some gifts for saving me.
Right. How you feeling, by the way? Better?
Tired, but I can just sleep under the water.
It's good that you're able to heal properly now.
She should be back in a couple of minutes. She was going to the grove to retrieve them from the elder.
Speaking of groves and elders, if we wanted to confront this creature, will we need the elder's permission?
No. The elder wants it gone just as bad as us. If you get rid of it, perhaps you would be able to meet the elder. He is a bit stubborn, but respects the rules of hospitality. And she laughs a little bit.
Alright. Looks at Helia and Tsubasa. We absolutely can. We know a lot about this thing now, and so if we do want to confront it, we have a good chance.
Yeah, they said it's on the first island. Or should be, at least.
And if we're speaking honestly and prominently, I'd prefer taking care of it before leaving.
Same here, honestly.
It's, called a prototype 2?
Test again.
Oh, good. The second one.
Yeah, that's my concern as well. What was the first prototype?
The one
I don't
fought
know.
during the Crimson Moon?
No, that one was prototype 0.
Right.
Which means that there's another one running around.
I would remind you, we almost got our asses kicked by Prototype Zero.
Yeah, but we didn't know nothing about Prototype 0. I did test on this thing. It's a chimera of poison nightmares, which, you know, that's not good for them, and I'd much rather them be at peace than stuck together. Absorbs fire and thunder, water, arrow, and ice attacks damage it, light and darkness heals it, and we can confront it from a tactical standpoint. We know where it is. Do we know what it looks like? Like he's asking you two?
Celine
Fucked up.
described it. Celine described it as a mix between a horse, a fish, and it had wings too.
Horse, a fish, like a lobster?
Are lobster?
I was
fish?
thinking more like a Pegasus, but with like the lower half of a fish.
A kelpie?
Our There it
with
is.
wings.
There. I've been sitting here for 20 minutes basically going, there's a word for a horsefish.
Yeah, they're called Kelpie. They're Celtic folklore. They're fucking nightmares.
Aren't
Oh, I
they
get what
fun?
you've done. How dare
They're
you?
so fun.
One of the most famous stories about a Kelpie is a child going like, "Ooh, horsey! Oh, I can't take my hand off," and drowning.
Yeah, that's what
It's
Kelpies do.
So,
I can
so
hear
as
my
Aster
boyfriend
says,
giggling.
so as Aster goes, "A Kelpie?" He just goes, "A Kelpie." Oh no!
I mean,
Caveman SpongeBob bean.
Ooh,
Ooh,
no! What have you done?
chaos.
So what do you guys do? Do you wait for Serena to come back, or do you head out?
Well, Sereno's only going to be a couple of minutes, so.
we wait.
I'd
Yeah.
say we take a short rest here. Yeah.
As you guys settle down next to Celine, she does like indulge you in a couple of stories that aren't related to her like almost biting the dust. And she does tell you a little bit about the grove, but insists that you don't ask many questions until you meet the elder. Because of, you know, your keybladers. There's a potential that you could backstab them. And it's nothing against you, she clarifies, just how it is.
Experience. Yeah. A lot of people that we met Pegaslick on the way here, who knew of one of the oldest keybladers. That was a cornerstone of you know, changing things up. Sora?
Oh, yes, Sora. Very nice boy. A lot of anger, though. And you
Regardless.
see Serena pop out of the water with a small, like, it's almost like a sheer silk bag, like woven directly out of, like, you know how some people can weave spider silk?
Yes.
It looks like that.
Ooh. Tsubasa's getting a fancy bag.
And she hands it over. There are 8 pearls. I will give you the properties of these pearls in a later date.
Okay. Fair and valid.
Serena.
But she hands it over and goes, "Thank you. The elder says he wants to meet you when you are finished with what you are doing."
Well, our next stop is going to be taking care of that thing that attacked your grove, so.
She nods and just settles in with her sister as if to comfort her.
Question for you both.
Are they? No, sorry. Continue. Sorry.
Do nightmares and dream eaters come here often?
"Never the fish," they both say as like they chuckle.
Yeah, could you stop eating them? They're very kind and they helped us out.
"We don't eat them, we tease them."
The fishbone believes you eat them.
"Well, that is the fishbone's problem."
Fair enough. Can't argue that.
I really can't, no.
But if you want a place to, if this is a safe place from any dream eaters or nightmares, rest here absolutely, but it might be best to stay with numbers while we're handling this thing in case it tries to get out.
They both nod, and Celine kind of winces as she readjusts herself in the water. "We can go back to the grove. It's far hidden, but we don't even know how it managed to find us."
Magic. The grove, is it very magical?
"A little bit. Only for protection and against divination, I believe they said."
This creature, it
part of its food source is light-based magic. So if your protection of divination is based off of light or dark magic, it's basically like a buffet leading it to them.
They both frown but nod. We'll
Go.
tell the leader that, our elder.
The best place to stay is as a group in one of the more low magically populated areas. This thing goes off from what I'm able to guess by myself, what you've told us and everything. It attacked your grove, poisoned you when you actually heard it. It's looking for food sources. So go to someplace it can't get a food source. Low magic areas where you can still thrive without being worried about being found. Keep in groups. And water and air magic, arrow. Those are neutral to it. Ice is a weakness. If you want to build up areas with those type of magics, they would be the best defense.
They both nod. They don't seem to quite understand what you're saying, but they do nod.
He'll take a moment and go, okay. Without expending mana, he'll like show the different. He'll give off like what he did for the thing, like here's ice, water, arrow, fire, thunder, like this stuff. These type of particles that come off whenever the magic is cast. You want to aim for the pitch white blue, deep blue, and the green clear one. The orange red one and the yellow gold one is absorbent. The pitch white and the pitch black one, it desires. So remember, light white and blue, dark blue, green particles. You want to game for that for magic.
They don't have magic.
Hmm?
They can't use magic.
Yeah, but their grove is hidden. It uses magic to hide from divination.
Yes.
Which means they have
Anseline
somebody-
kind of stutters a little bit, just like we have our own brand of, I guess you could call it magic, but we don't have what you have.
What kind do you have?
Only our elder knows any sort of magic.
Well, still, if you need to infuse a type from it, suggest ice to your elder.
They nod. We wish you the best of luck.
We'll need it, but we got this. We're pretty awesome. Confidence has returned to Aster.
And they dip under the water after handing over the bag to Tsubasa and having this conversation. And as they dip under the water, you see that it's so much deeper than you originated. Like, even Aster was just like almost standing in the water on a ledge of some kind. It is deep, and they just disappear.
Horrifying. Great.
Where do you guys go?
We head for the first island, I suppose.
Check with Helia and Arthur first. What do y'all think we should head first before, if we want to go anywhere before we head to the first island?
Do we have anywhere to go?
I don't
Just check
think
if
we
you want to
do.
make a pit stop.
Nope.
All right, let's head to the first island.
That's too late.
So, I think this will be my last description because combat's gonna take for fucking ever with that thing.
We've already got 2.5 hours.
So as you head to the first island, do any of you try to practice gliding?
Yes.
Yes. Gods, yes.
So I need you to roll either intelligence with advantage or flat arcana. Whoever is practicing their gliding.
I'm gonna go for the
So I'm
advantage.
doing
Ooh, nice.
so advantage Arcana.
No, flat arcana, advantage intelligence.
I got
Okay.
a nat 20 for that one.
16, advantage intelligence. Yeah, beep beep.
One or the other.
Oh, then I'm definitely going with the 16.
I think it's funny that Helia is just like, I can't do this. I can't. This isn't me. This is weird. Like,
Can I offer that Helia and Aster are helping each other out?
go ahead and roll again, both of you.
Aster's got a 16 with a +1. He doesn't need my help.
I know, but I just want to make sure you have fly, motherfucker.
I have glide.
I'm not
Bitch.
getting. There you go. Fuck. I'm keeping my 16, but still.
Sure.
Well,
Meanwhile, I only needed one roll with advantage, and I got a nat fucking 20.
So, Tsubasa,
Yes.
add to your list of skills, basic glide.
Hell yeah.
In Neverland, you move your full movement speed. Anywhere else, you have half your movement speed. This includes Arthur as well. It's just that when you reach Neverland, you unlocked the ability to glide.
It would be an Aster mimic. Which is hilarious.
So, Helia and Aster, you can glide in Neverland, but you don't have the ability to glide anywhere else. Unless you take the feat.
Absolutely taking that feat the next time we get one.
So wait, I have the hold on. So with my nat 20, what all did I get with that?
You have
gained the
basic
glide
glide.
feat. Yeah, you gained the feat glide.
Oh, okay, nice.
Ooh,
Like I
important
said,
question. Since Tsubasa has gained the feat glide, can they be a teacher for it when they're not in Neverland?
it would take twice as long. Because
Okay.
Tsubasa's new to it.
Fair enough.
But
We
yes.
haven't seen Peanut Pan's ass nowhere.
I hear a whiny baby outside of my door.
There's a baby.
Hi, Ash.
But as you head to the first island, you realize that glide is very necessary, as otherwise you would have had to swim. And as you reach the first island, you hear a crowing, mad cackling instead of a whinny.
Thanks, I hate it.
And
Just
that's where we're
staring.
at.
Staring.